run, 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 run.
All right, Rog, so just expanding on the question, what were the different speed and agility exercises Dave Warner did? Do you want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, I do. I get that question quite often, actually raise eyebrows when people say to me, oh, you trained Dave Warner, how does it translate into the cricket or out onto the cricket pitch or the oval? I got some data back from Cricket Australia who showed me that Dave now has turned many of his twos into threes, being so fast between the wickets. You know, his absolute speed has increased quite noticeably. And more importantly, as I touched on in the first video, how many runs he's actually saved, has been significantly highlighted. Why that has been highlighted is because when you are running in between wickets, he is capped to a degree, because if his partner is not as quick, you know, the potential of running the partner out is a high risk factor. And then some of the players trying to go at Dave's speed hurt themselves. So we have things outside of our control that we have to prepare for or be aware of. So really it's hard to get a real good gauge there. But one thing that, you know, Dave is the master of his own destiny is out in the field. You know, the only opposition is the ball. You know, we spend a lot of time trying to chase it or simulate that, and that's translated into how many runs he's been able to save. And people often speak about his overall athleticism, how he can sustain that for a long time, being out in the field, hot conditions in all continents. Dave really stands apart as far as his athleticism on the cricket pitch is concerned, and people have taken notice.
So would you say that the fundamentals of speed training stay the same between cricket and other sports?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, at the end of the day, speed, and you can only run one certain way. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. And I'm big on this, no matter what code you are representing. You go and see somebody who specialises in speed, you train like a sprinter would train.
So what kind of distances would you get him to run?
Oh yeah, no, that's you know, it's not rare, it's not unusual for us to run 200s to 250s and repetitions of that. Again, you know, people will say, well, how can you quantify that, or how does that relate to being game specific when the pitch is only 22 yards? But again, if you score hundreds of runs, well, how many 22-yard runs do you have to do? And Dave scores a lot of runs and saves a lot of runs.
So when he first came to you, can you give us an example of what kind of session you'd put him through?
Well, you know, when anyone first comes to me, you spend, you know, a lot of time in that first window period in exploratory mode and learning more about them and what they can do and what they can't do. And then being able to, you know, my main priority is to be able to represent that athlete not broken down or not anything worse. So the code themselves support what he does outside of their own training to let him keep it up. So I progressively learn. So we start from a short program, and if Dave can cope with that, then my objective is to get him out further, work on his endurance, and I know I've got money in the bank, and then when I need to withdraw, I'm cashed up.
So with the plyometric stuff, was it just simple bounding, or was there...
There was single leg bounding, single leg hurdling, double leg hurdling. We work laterally, we work linearly, we work vertically.
Yep. Excellent. Thanks, Rog.
You're welcome.